안녕하세요. Riding on the Korean wave. Welcome to Wednesday's edition of the Culture Wave. I'm Kwon So-ah in Seoul. Explore with us Korea's culture from all aspects and stay up to date with K-entertainment, K-trends, K-travel, K-everything. For today's show, we're joined by our co-host, Bella Kim. Hello, Bella.
Hi, So-ah. And hello to everyone. I'm Bella Kim. Back again to fill you guys in with K-entertainment news. Today we have some exciting stories on achievement by K-pop artists, so stay tuned for that.
I'm really excited about that. Now, Bella, you are here on a Wednesday for a change.
Yes.
And you know, usually we have our regular Arirang news reporters here in the studio with us.
Where is Konu? I was looking forward to that as well.
Right. So don't worry about him because he is going to join us, but just not at the studio today. And we will tell you where Konu is right now. Now, fall foliage season has arrived in South Korea, driving visitors to popular tourist spots to indulge themselves in the stunning shades of this particular season. But this year, due to factors including climate change, the season's peak is later than usual. So to tell us more, our news features reporter Park Konu is out at the site where you can enjoy the autumn season to the fullest. Welcome, Konu. Let's start with where you are and what it's like over there.
Good afternoon, So-ah and Bella. I'm currently at Yeon인산 Mountain Provincial Park located in Gapyeongun County in Gyeonggi-do Province, northeast of Seoul, where you can actually enjoy an amazing view of fall foliage. It took me about an hour or so by car to reach here from the southern part of Seoul. This park is actually a well-known place, a well-known tourist attraction in South Korea, as it's been chosen as one of the 5 representative forest paths by the Korea Forest Service. This place is a very peaceful place where you can enjoy listening to the birds chirping, along with the fresh wind and also the fresh water coming down from the valley. And I'm pretty sure you can enjoy that while you're watching right now. And as it's a little past lunchtime, I've seen many visitors coming to this area from the early morning, and even though it's a weekday. So take a listen to how much the visitors are actually enjoying themselves at the site.
A few days ago, I visited a different mountain because I heard that place had reached peak season, but it hadn't. But this place was really nice with a lot of maple trees, so it made me lose track of time.
This year, the autumn leaves are late, so people said it's not that pretty. But this place is good because it's close to the city and was so beautiful from the entrance.
Wow, definitely seems like a beautiful place to be out during the fall season. And we can also see how the visitors are definitely enjoying themselves, right?
Right, they definitely enjoy themselves. And I also really enjoy, going outside when I have the time. And also, I like driving these days because of all the beautiful, leaves.
Right, having the window open and then going through those driving courses along with the fall foliage. But Konu, as we earlier hinted, the peak season is a little later than usual. Why is that?
That's right. So whereas leaves that change color in autumn usually reach their peak during mid to late October, it's a different situation happening this year due to numerous factors such as climate change. And I actually interviewed one expert, so take a listen to what he says and why this is happening.
Fall foliage colour changing is at least 2 to 3 days later on average. Summer was longer than before, and the temperature rose by around 1.3 degrees Celsius compared to the average of the past decades.
He also shared concerns that leaves could fall earlier than expected due to strong winds and colder weather down the road. So it's recommended to actually plan your date right away.
I see. I guess I should also be planning my own trip there very soon. Are there any other places that you would recommend our viewers to visit?
Of course, there are so many places that I want to recommend. I can actually do this all day, but just to name a few, usually major mountains in Korea, including Naejangsan in Southwest Korea, Songrisan in Central Korea, and Hallasan on Jeju Island are actually some of the most representative places that you can actually visit for leaf peeping. If you take a look at the screen, the peak season for each mountain differs. But as the forecast by the Korea Forest Service was released last month, the peak period will be a little bit later. The Korea Forest Service says that only 20% of the leaves on Naejangsan Mountain, for example, had changed colors by last week. And since the organization sets the peak season as when at least 50% of the leaves changes its colors, it's estimated it could be early November or even a bit later. And that would be a week or so more later than earlier predicted. In that sense, Hallasan, which reached 50% last week, would be a perfect place you can visit just now. And also, as the southern part of the peninsula usually reaches its peak season later than the upper areas like where I'm right now, you can plan visiting those places like Naejangsan or Hallasan early next month. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you for those great recommendations and being out there to experience the fall foliage for us. And that was our Park Geon-woo out live reporting from Yeon인산 Mountain in Gapyeongun County in Gyeonggi-do Province. Time for some K-entertainment news with Bella Kim. Bella, you have some news about BLACKPINK members, not just one but two members. So please start us off.
That's right, Soa. Well, we're going to start with a song that we're constantly talking about, a song that I still have on replay and that's stuck in my head. 아파트, 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 아파트. BLACKPINK Rose's 아파트, APT.
With Bruno Mars, right?
Yes,
of course. And we have been mentioning this song a number of times. You know, Bella, I think it's time for us to introduce another part of the song that you and I actually really enjoy, which is...
Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now?
Okay, I forgot
Something
the lyrics,
like that,
but
right?
yes. So what's the latest news?
So this song, APT, 아파트, just last week we talked about its music video surpassing 100 million views on Wednesday. On YouTube, sorry. Well, just a couple of days later, now it surpassed 200 million views as of Wednesday.
I think that just happened a few hours ago.
Exactly.
I also checked the YouTube, the view numbers.
Exactly. It was
amazing.
just before 1 p.m. Korea time that it passed 200 million views. That's not all. This single itself also reached number 8 on the US Billboard Hot 100 on Tuesday. And this marks the highest ranking for both K-pop girl group and K-pop female solo artist. Rose expressed her excitement on her Instagram saying that, what's happening? This is crazy. This is like my dream come true. And she also extended her gratitude to her fans, known as number ones, and to BLACKPINK's official fandom, Blinks, as well. Following the success of APT, Rose actually plans to release her first full-length album, Rosie, on December 6th, which I'm sure Walter is pretty much waiting for,
yes,
right?
he was waiting for that album to come out. So we will also keep an eye on the full-length album.
Yes.
Now, there is another BLACKPINK member who also reached a significant milestone.
That's right. It's been a while, but do you remember the song 꽃향기만 남기고 간단다?
Bella, you have a lot of singing to do.
I'm not done yet. So
okay, go on.
keep an
Please
eye.
go on.
No. I mean, keep an eye on for later as well. We have a lot of songs to talk about today.
Yeah, of course,
So
I remember the flower. Especially, I saw a lot of videos going viral with not only people imitating the song, but also dogs.
Right, with the
with
flower,
those flowers
right?
around their head. That was really cute.
I know.
Yeah, what are the details?
Well, Jisoo's solo debut single Flower, released back in March of last year, hit 1 billion streams on YouTube Music. And Flower is a track on her solo debut album Me, which actually already reached 1 billion streams on YouTube Music back in July. So now both the album and the Flower single song surpassed 1 billion streams in total. Meanwhile, Jisoo has finished filming her new drama and movie, which is set to be released in the near future. And she will also soon make her solo comeback as a singer as well.
Lots to look forward to. And next we have a story from another solo comeback by a girl group member, right?
A few weeks ago, actually, I mentioned this girl group as my favorite girl group used to be
Girls' Generation?
Arirang. Yes, you remember? Yes, Girls' Generation. Well, one of the members, Taeyeon, is making a comeback with her new album, Letter to Myself, on November 18th. She posted a short clip and a schedule poster teasing her upcoming release on her official YouTube channel. The album will feature 6 tracks in total, including the title track, Letter to Myself. This album comes approximately 1 year after her previous album, which was 2X, which still shows remarkable success on local music charts.
So the titles kind of are similar, 2X and letter 2 myself. And I guess this will be great news to her fans.
For sure.
So I really can't wait for Taeyeon's comeback as really her voice melts everyone away. Now, last but not least, we're going to talk about a BTS member.
BTS, yes. BTS member Jimin's solo songs have reached a total of over 5.1 billion streams on the world's largest streaming platform, Spotify, in just 2.5 years since his Spotify profile was actually created. Notably, his pure solo tracks, meaning without any collaborations, have surpassed 4 billion streams, making him the first and only K-pop solo artist to achieve this milestone. Jimin's first solo album title track, Like Crazy, which is actually a Korean language song, has reached over 1.2 billion streams. And additionally, his second solo album title track, Who, achieved 861.8 million streams just in 100 days. So this is a record as well, right? 2 songs in a row.
It is amazing.
And Who has actually been a major hit on Spotify's global daily top songs charts, ranking number 1 for 20 days and staying in the top 10 for 100 days, making it the most streamed K-pop song of this year, 2024. Jimin has also held the number 1 position on the Korean daily top artist charts for 458 consecutive days, setting a new record for the longest reign of the K-pop artist.
It is almost difficult to keep
I'm
track.
out of my breath because of the records, right?
Yes, difficult to keep track of all of these records. Amazing records. So thank you, Bella, for those K-Enter news, and thank you for your singing contribution.
You're always welcome.
All right, and now it is time to go over to our AI anchor, Ari, for other culture-related news.
Welcome to the Culture Wave AI News. I'm Ari, here to guide you through the newest updates in Korea's cultural scene. Here's our first story. A special exhibition celebrating Korea's intangible cultural heritage is being staged at Deoksugung Palace in Seoul. Under the central theme Chanran, or Radiant, this year's exhibition showcases works by 4 certified masters, including traditional knot artist Park Sun-hee, traditional horn craftsman Lee Jong-mun, and wood art expert Yoon Sun-il. Dubbed the Creative Studio for Intangible Cultural Heritage, the exhibition has been supporting and fostering skilled traditional artisans since 2014. This year's event will run through November 10. The Korea Young Art Fair, an event supporting the international debut of promising young Korean artists, is being held in Austria's capital Vienna. Hosted by the World Federation of Overseas Korean Traders Associations, the fair showcases over 130 traditional Korean and Western-style paintings by 24 artists. This first-of-its-kind event, dedicated exclusively to young Korean artists, drew significant attention from locals since it opened on Monday. Organizers emphasized their commitment to promoting K-painting on the global stage through various initiatives. The event is being held on the sidelines of the 2024 Korea Business Expo Vienna. The 19th Korean Film Festival in Paris kicked off on Tuesday local time. Director Nam Dong-yeop's comedy thriller Handsome Guys, starring Lee Sung-min, Lee Hee-jun, and Kong Seung-yeon, was selected as the opening film. 80 movies, comprising 22 feature films and 58 short films, will be screened at the Publicis Cinema in the heart of Paris over the next 8 days. Notable screenings include the veteran sequel, I, The Executioner, and the action-packed movie Escape, by director Lee Jong-pil. That's all for now. Join me again same time tomorrow for more interesting stories. Keep it tuned to the Culture Wave.
It's time for Trend Vibes, where we dive into the latest trends in Korean culture. Joining us in the studio is reporter Yoon Se-young. Welcome, Se-young.
Hi,
Hello,
Se-young.
girls. Hello, Bella. As always, I've got some exciting news from the Korean culture scene. So are you guys ready to dive into today's topics?
Of course. So,
Right.
what is our first topic?
Well, these days, the buzz right now is all about Han Kang, the writer who recently won the Nobel Prize in Literature. And it's been already 3 weeks since the announcement, but people just continue to talk about her and her novels on TV, radio, magazines, and even on the culture wave. We've dealt with different topics related to her, right? But we never get tired of it, right? And one sector that felt the impact immediately was, of course, the publishing industry. Sales of the Han Kang's book surpassed 1 million copies within just 6 days of the announcement. And that's not just Han Kang's book, but the sales of Korean novels in general just skyrocketed, showing with the figures showing a 12-fold increase compared to the same period last year. And the sudden literary revival is wonderful for the struggling publishing industry. But guess what? It's not just publishers who are celebrating this Nobel Prize win, but also the tourism industry is riding Han Kang effect.
The tourism industry, is that because people are visiting places related to the author or her books?
Yeah, exactly. Many of the places connected to Han Kang's life and books, like Gwangju, Changheung, Jeju, and Yeosu, are seeing the increased interest. And let's start with Gwangju, known as the birthplace of democracy in South Korea. And this city is not only Han Kang's hometown, but also the setting for her novel Human Acts. And even before her Nobel Prize win, the Korean Tourism Organization has been running historical tours of Gwangju, featuring the 518 bus tour that takes the visitors to some of the key sites from the 1980 Gwangju uprising. And now this tour has gained even more traction on social media. And I myself visited some of the sites when I visited Gwangju 2 years ago, and it's very worth visiting.
Wow, that sounds very fascinating. Please tell us more about the places that you mentioned earlier.
Sure. Another spot is Changheung. Changheung is the hometown of Han Kang's father, Han Seung-won, who is also a very well-known novelist here in Korea. And the town is now being recognized as Han Kang's second home. And the Changheung, which was designated as Korea's only literary tourism district back in 2008, is now planning to purchase and restore Han Seung-won's hometown, the childhood home, to further promote the value of the region in terms of the development of the Korean literature.
Se-young, you just mentioned the literary tourism district. I think that's pretty interesting. Can you tell us more about the significance of this designation?
Sure. Changheung has earned this recognition as a cultural hotspot, producing many of the greats in the history of Korean literature. And recently, the special status of this region was extended until 2025, paving the way for even more vibrant and diverse events featuring this Korean literature. So we're very much looking forward to it. And I guess people with a passion for literature or arts or culture, Changheung is a destination worth exploring.
Indeed, I should check that out myself because I actually haven't been to the Jeollanam-do region that often. So
it's not too close from Seoul, but it's really worth it.
And it's
worth
very well known
the trip.
for all the delicious yummy
Of
foods,
course,
right?
of course, yes. So we had Gwangju and Changheung. Now, what about Jeju and Yeosu? Why are they getting attention?
Well, Jeju Island, which is the backdrop of Han Kang's We Do Not Part or 작별하지 않는다, is already a popular destination, not only among Korean tourists, but also international tourists as well. This Jeju is also developing what's dubbed dark tourism programs, focusing on the Jeju April 3rd incident featured in the novel. And we also have Yeosu, where Han Kang lived for 3 years, and she worked on her debut novel, Yeosu의 사랑, Love of Yeosu, in Yeosu, actually. And while preparing for the broadcast, I started reading this novel, Yeosu의 사랑, by myself. And I'm really enjoying it because the tone of the novel is quite different from her recent books and novels. So it's very fascinating. And while I was reading this book, I couldn't just help but grow curious about the city of Yeosu. So I'm planning to visit Yeosu sometime soon.
Wow.
And you know, Yeosu is already famous thanks to the mega hit song Yeosu Bambada by Busker. Do you guys know this song?
Bella, you ready to sing again?
How many songs am I singing today?
You guys know this song, and Hangang's connection is adding to the appeal. Yes.
And I think Bella is very, she was a little jealous about you getting that book because she tried to find the recent books at bookstores.
You can borrow it.
Oh, really? After when you
That's a good idea. I lent Walter the vegetarian book.
Yeah,
so.
that's right. I saw it.
I'm in line for that whenever you're finished with that.
All right.
What I'm curious is, with all these attentions, I'm curious, how does Hangang actually feel about, getting attention at all these attractions?
Well, that's a great question. Well, Gwangju was planning to build a Hangang Literature Museum, but Hangang gently declined, and that's because although she appreciates the renewed interest of people towards books and history, but she doesn't want to be personally idolized or turn into a grand symbol. And by now, we all know her personality. Is a very humble person, so it's understandable.
Yes, I'm not too surprised by that.
I know, that does make sense, and it makes sense, but it's still really good, and it's still wonderful to see all these, regions, all these areas getting attention.
Definitely.
Now, Seong, let's move on to other places that would be great to make visits to, foreigners or us alike. So what is our next topic?
Our next topic is event cafes, and more specifically birthday cafes among K-pop idols fans. Fans rent out cafes and decorate them with posters, photos, and even merchandise of their favorite stars. And during the event, special drinks are sold with themed cup holders and photo cards, often exclusive collectible for attendees.
Nice.
Wow. Now a question I have here is, do these celebrities actually show up at these birthday cafes?
I wish, but unfortunately, no, they don't attend. But fans still enjoy video screening and games and other fun activities to celebrate. And even some fans even go on so-called cafe tour, visiting different birthday cafes dedicated to one specific celebrity.
I think it's really just significant to have the fans of a same group or a member just gather together.
Sounds really fun.
Yes, but it also sounds like a lot of effort. So yes, I think also a lot of effort and a lot of money as well.
Yeah, usually planning often starts 6 months ahead because they have to make a reservation and they have to spend hours and hours decorating the venue the day before the event. And the real challenge is creating the custom goods, designing photo cards, postcards, and cup holders as well. But interestingly, the rental fee is free because usually the owners benefit from the drink sales, but still it costs about 1 million Korean won, that is about $800 to hold such events because they have to spend money on decorations and everything.
That is really an impressive dedication. But Seong, are only K-pop idols being celebrated?
No, not just K-pop idols, but the actors, athletes, or even historical figures. And you'll be surprised by this. There have been birthday cafes for King Seongdaewang. And I thought it was really interesting. And it's also evolving into more than just birthday celebrations. There are cafes marking debut anniversaries, drama premieres, and even concerts. And some celebrities start to rent these cafes to serve fans and to provide free drinks for the fans. And I think it's a very heartwarming trend. It's called reverse support or 역조공 in Korean. And on top of that, it's not only great for fans, but also for small business owners because the fans create cherished memories and local cafes enjoy the increased sales. So it's a win-win situation.
It is. Listening to that, Seong, I wish maybe in the future we could have an anniversary of the Culture Wave and also have a Culture Wave fan party, birthday party at a cafe.
Let's do that. The first anniversary of
Everyone
the
here
Culture
invited?
Wave. I'll definitely be there.
Okay, and you'll definitely be here again for more K-trend and vibes stories?
Next week.
Okay, so thank you very much, Seyoung, for that.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Seyoung.
And thank you, Bella, for that. I'll talk to you again soon.
Yes, I'll be actually back tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow that is. And thank you for spending the past half an hour with us on the Culture Wave, and hope you join us again on Thursday at 2 p.m. Korea time, and maybe one day here in Korea. Thanks for watching.